here today with my friend Hannah and Ryan. They both have a channel. I'll link their channel down in the description. So today we're here to talk about the lonely convert struggle.
This is more like him and her based, and I'm here for moral support in the middle because I'm not Muslim. So.
Yeah, she's just here to steal the show. It's all about her.
So one of the issues that I wanted to talk about is that I guess a lot of more Muslims see you as a part-time Muslim. You're only Muslim when they want to know about your convert story, but you're not a Muslim when you want to comment on any of the social or issues that they have among the community.
Yeah, so it's very much, I think, the icebreaker of conversation of when they don't expect you to be Muslim,
Yeah.
and then you give salams, or they fight, or you say it comes up in conversation that you're Muslim, and then they're like, "Oh, how did you convert?" and such, and it's a nice little, right, and it's a nice icebreaker. But you know, after that, you know, if they don't feel that they meshed with you during that conversation, that they might not talk to you as much. I think I've had a better experience than you overall.
I kind of wonder if it's because you're a guy.
I think it is.
Yeah.
To be honest. Because there's a lot of Muslim brothers that I was able to connect with that were my age, that were going to college at the time, that you know, I was able to hang out with and that. So I think that gave me the edge there. But I get what she's saying when, you know, some of the born Muslims won't let you weigh in with what your opinion is, even if it's, you know, scripturally backed up, because to them you're just less experienced. So they're
when in reality you could probably be even more experienced than they are, because you actually took the time to gain your knowledge and not raise underneath the assumption that you already know.
What I found too is a lot of the born Muslims, if they're not an authority in the community itself, then they won't defer to you or take your thing very seriously so much as, well, let's go ask such and such.
Yeah.
Because they'll be the leader of the community, therefore their opinion rules all, instead of trying to interpret any of it for themselves, which I don't necessarily think is my cup of tea, but
I think, like, for me, like, and I talked about this a little bit on my channel, back to what Getsy was saying, is that, like, sometimes I feel like people who actually, like, go out and convert to a religion, so, like, Ryan converted from Christianity, and, I mean, that's basically what you did too, right?
Yeah.
And so, but, like, I feel like because they had to go out and, like, seek that out for themselves and didn't have, like, a ton of support and stuff, that they actually, like, sought out their own information and they did, like, a lot of work, which isn't to say that it's better or worse, you know, but, and that's not to say that they do know more or anything than someone who's born into it, but oh my gosh, I always feel like I'm always trying to make everybody happy with what I say, but, like, I do think that there's a certain level of intelligence that converts have that not everybody does, just because they did have to go out and seek it out for themselves and didn't necessarily have that support. Why are you making that face?
I don't know if I necessarily agree with the converts necessarily knowing a lot more.
No, I don't mean a lot more. That's not what I mean. I don't know how to word it.
Sometimes it could be that they go to the wrong knowledge source and they get taught the wrong thing, so they don't really necessarily know if it's completely 100% right.
Yeah, that's true. I don't necessarily mean,
Or
like,
they get
know a
fed
lot more, but I
trash
just
information.
I guess
And
I
then
just
they're
mean
going over to Syria.
Like those online sites that.
Damn, here I was trying to think there was someone in the comments who was gonna tear me apart. Now I got you two tearing me apart. I just mean
Hashtag Hannah's done.
I just mean emotionally, like, sometimes you guys are a little bit more sometimes, like, involved and passionate because you had to go and seek it out for yourself as opposed to just having it your whole life. There's that look again.
I think I agree more with your revised statement.
You know what I mean. We've talked about this before. Okay.
This is kind of underneath the same topic, but I hate when they ask me my story, and then when I try to comment, they're like, "But you don't really count."
What do you mean I don't count?
Exactly. I get so mad, like my blood boils.
What doesn't count about me?
Exactly. Like I converted. I took my shahada. It's my explanation of faith. I do my prayers, I give, my charity, I read Quran, I listen to Quran.
You've been severely neglected in the Muslim community.
It's okay.
Yeah, I feel that way. And we'll talk about more of that based on like our experience.
Okay. Time out for a second. Okay, they're not here anymore. Y'all, be nicer to Gutsy. I'm hearing this, and this is... Stop. Okay, time in.
First, wait, let's talk about the parent issue, because I think that'll play more gender asymmetry about converting. Okay, so my situation with my parents is that my mom's very religious. She raised me Catholic. You go to your communion classes, you go to Sunday mass every weekend. So
On Ash Wednesday, did she get the...
yeah, you get the ash, you get everything. She takes the palms home and everything. Like she's and this may just be because we're Hispanic, so Spanish people take their religion very serious. So if you diverge even just a little, like it is.
What is she
it
giving
is
up
bad.
for Lent?
What was that?
What is she giving up for Lent?
I have
Lent's
no
like-
idea. She gives up meat and stuff.
Okay, lástima.
No, I don't talk about that
give
stuff
up
with my
anything?
mom because we get into arguments.
That's fair.
We get into arguments, so I just completely like avoid the topic.
And pardon me if this is over the line, but the conversation's gotta go something like, "So, Mom, what'd you give up for that?" Por chicas! Just like goes off on the Spanish.
No, we talked about it, and one time she got really mad at me because I wasn't giving up anything, because this is right after I converted. And
Right, but like it ain't Ramadan. I don't know what you want.
yeah,
from me
exactly, like I'll give up food during Ramadan and I'll eat really late at night, and sometimes I can't even really properly break my fast correctly. Like I drink water, and maybe some days I can sneak in a few snacks in my room, but that's the most. Like I don't get a full course meal during Ramadan unless like I go out with you guys at the end. Yeah. But
I fast for Ramadan too. That's one thing I do
So-
just to show my support for this lovely girl.
Lovely is a strong word.
yeah.
Not necessarily.
We have fun when we go out for Ramadan.
Yeah.
It's usually fun.
So she's very religious, and so if I were to tell her that I converted, it would be a whole
Shebang.
like movie scene, like telenovela argument, like slapping of the daughter's face, kicking her out. And
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's not funny.
No, it's fine, because I laughed at it too when I tried to explain it to some people. But I have been kicked out before. With the one time she assumed I did it. I did not confirm it to her because I knew she was gonna react like that.
Does she
But
know now?
No, she doesn't know now.
This is going up in the interwebs.
Yeah, she's not gonna find it. She doesn't look up these videos.
She also doesn't have very good English too.
Yeah,
either.
exactly.
Okay.
Oh, that's
So
true.
we're okay.
En español, Gutsy no tiene.
La Margensi no tiene muy bien su inglés. She did kick me out for like a week, and the only reason I came back home is because my dad went up to my mom, and my dad's not very religious. He doesn't care. Like he believes in God. He's very open. Like he'll ask Ryan questions about his faith. But
remember this.
he's very open, very calm, willing to accept others. So he went up to my mom and he's like, "She's coming back home and you're not gonna say nothing." And he brought me back.
Father is a
Yeah.
very affable person. He's just positivity.
Yeah.
I get really nothing but positivity from him. My parents, so my mom is kind of in the same boat. So my mom comes from a strong Polish Catholic family.
Same thing.
And, yeah, so, but my mom doesn't practice very much. She lived for 12 years, my mom lived 2 minutes down the road from a Catholic church, and I don't think she stepped foot inside that place once. So it's more of a cultural identity for her than it is a religious one, which is why she's so offended that I don't identify as Catholic anymore. I was baptized Catholic. My dad does not care. My dad is not a religious
He's like
person.
the most mellow guy to walk the planet, usually.
As long as he can do what he wants to.
Exactly.
Very similar situation.
Yeah. Now,
Seriously though.
now, when my dad was younger, there was actually a group of Muslims that he ran with and looked after him when he was, Yeah. And so he actually has had some prior experience with that, and so he went to mosque with me for an occasion. He sat on the floor with us, and he was content with it. And so, but my mom is not happy.
She doesn't understand Ramadan. She always says, why do you have to do
She
that?
doesn't understand a lot of it.
She made fun of him for a while when he gave up pork.
Yeah.
Still does.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
My mom makes fun of Ramadan too. She's like, why don't they eat? Like they're starving themselves.
Yeah.
His mom will always be like, aren't you hungry?
Yeah.
Aren't you hungry?
It's like,
yeah, that's
oh,
the point.
It's like,
kind of
I'm
the point.
not really hungry, more but thirsty. I want some water. Because that's mainly what I crave during Ramadan, just some water. I just want some cold water.
That's why you gotta eat fruit for iftar.
Oh man, I eat some fruit in the morning.
But especially like when you're
After.
breaking your fast because you get the moisture in it.
Yeah.
Especially watermelon.
That's a good idea.
Watermelon is choice Ramadan food.
You know, that's Goblin's favorite food. Goblin is my bird, but his favorite food is watermelon. He eats that shit like crazy.
All right then.
Kind of a random little input. But
You know, my mom thought that because Ramadan came in, I have a little nephew. He is 2 years old, and so when Ramadan came around, they're asking if our kids will have to fast as babies. And I'm like,
no.
no,
Of course not.
no. God, no, babies do not have to. Oh my God, Mom.
They need their
And
nutrients.
even like, yeah, I don't know. And even like for our kids, like if they don't want to fast or they don't want to be Muslim, I mean, like I said, I'm not even Muslim myself. So if they don't want to fast, like it will always be a choice. Like,
Well, what am I gonna do? Take food out of their hands?
I know. Well, yeah, exactly.
If
That would be so
CPS called
stupid.
on me to take food from my kids, it has to be their
Taking
choice
a
to
bottle
fast.
from the baby.
It has to be their choice to fast. Now, I'm going to encourage them. I'm going to be delighted if they do it. But at the end of the day, I can't legally stop my children from eating by taking... Oh, my God.
I think when they get to their teens is when I'm gonna be starting like, okay, well, have you considered fasting? But not when they're little, just because they don't understand. And at
Have
least
you
when
considered?
they're older.
Wait, what is it? Have you considered accepting Jesus Christ in your heart as your Lord and Savior? I'm just kidding.
No! Anyway.
So back to the gender asymmetry. Do you want to talk about your experience first, Ryan? On how your converting was different or
I mean,
for the most
my
part?
experience has been generally pretty positive. Mostly brothers around my same age, although we do have the one from Steph and Nabila,
Yeah.
who are my parents' age, and they're great.
Yeah.
I love
They're
Mustafa
so
and
nice. They're one of the nicest couples we've probably ever met. Like,
Pro tip, if you do not know a middle-aged Algerian couple, meet a middle-aged Algerian couple and learn about Algerian food because it's delicious. And yeah, I'm sorry, but
I don't
Algerian
know any.
Algerian food
Is
is
the shit?
it's pretty spectacular actually.
Mhm.
Just so you're aware.
So good.
I think corn and mayo has got it.
I
beat.
mean, I think Arabic food is pretty great.
Yeah, Arabic food is pretty solid, actually. They're generally supportive and they get a hold of me, and it's nice to
Oh
talk to
my
my Muslim
God.
brothers a lot. I have their numbers and we hang out. It's been good.
Yeah, mine hasn't been that
Except for this
great.
one dude who doesn't want to see me hug people.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that right now, but overall it's been positive. They're cool.
You can make a whole video on that.
For real, we totally could. I didn't even think about that.
I don't want to though, because I don't want it to turn into a backbiting fest,
Yeah.
stuck to the wall, that good
yeah,
stuff,
that's just a good
Right.
point.
For the most part, the other brothers stay in their lane and we have a good time.
Yeah, in my case, it hasn't been like that. I've had it where I've gone up to I've been introduced to certain female Muslims, and when it comes to the introduction, I would say, my salams to them, and I would get a look where they're looking you up and down, and just complete judging you. and
Just
they
cattiness
won't,
off
yeah,
the bat.
Yeah, just
I
cattiness
feel
off
like
the
that's
bat.
so typical.
And it's like, why?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Why? For what reason?
And they introduce you, oh, this is my new Blake and Blake friend. She just converted. And first thing you do, stare off at you, look you up and down. Like, what the heck? Why? At least say your greetings back. Be polite. Be a decent human being.
Shall we demonstrate, Gutsy? Salam alaikum, Ryan. Wa alaikum salam. It's so exciting to hear about him just as I converted. That's all I know. La afhamul Arabi.
But yeah, I've gotten a lot of that. Or I've gotten a lot where, like, I did mention before that if I do introduce myself as a new Muslim, they're like, oh, you don't count, or they don't associate themselves with me. And it's kind of difficult for me to meet more people within the Muslim community just because of my parents. Even though, like, I live near a high density Muslim
Right,
city.
I mean, because you're what, in Dearborn, or Dearborn Heights, aren't you?
I'm like 10 minutes away. So it's, and even then, like, a lot of the girls over there, they normally stay within their family group. They don't associate with anybody outside their group.
I do think that just from like my own experience, like being around the MSA at Eastern and stuff and hanging out with these two lovely people, that the girls are a lot more cliquey than the guys.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, that's just kind of been what I've...
Yeah.
Not, I mean,
Ladies,
I also,
cut it out.
I also have
Seriously.
lots of like
Wallah.
nice female Muslim friends, and they've accepted me pretty well. I feel like it's a little bit different for me because like I come in there and then they're just like kind of happy to be someone, like to meet someone who's not Muslim but doesn't hate them and doesn't think that they're crazy. And I think that's why people tend to like me. I think that once you convert, like poor Gutsy over here, that's when people start to get more.
I wonder if maybe
like,
part of it.
mean. I don't know.
Part of that is because they're like, oh, she's not Muslim, she hasn't considered it yet. Let me see if I can be the reason she
Right.
That's true.
So they can get the
That's true.
Ajr for
Yeah.
you. Like Getsy's already like, they're like, I can't get Ajr for you,
Exactly.
so bye. I don't even
Yeah.
care.
That's true. Because like, and I've talked about it before on Ryan and I's channel, like a lot of times when people meet me and they find out I'm with Ryan and stuff like this.
So are you gonna convert? When are you gonna convert? And it's like, I don't think I'm going to. Like, right, I'm probably not going to. And it's like, people are like, what? And they just think it's so crazy.
It's a lot more cattiness on my end.
Yeah.
And I can't go out to the mosque a whole lot. And even then, a lot of the people in the mosque in Dearborn, they don't always speak English well. So it's kind of hard for me to communicate with them because I don't speak Arabic. Limit communication.
And also, if I was found at a mosque, my mom would kill me. I mean, I've gone a few times, and I don't go as often as I'd like.
Let me ask you this: when you go to mosque and you're trying to introduce to yourself, do you go in hijab?
If I'm heading that and that's the one destination that I want to go to, yes. If I'm heading to multiple destinations, I usually just take a scarf with me in my car and I leave it there, and when it's time to put it on, I put it on.
Yeah, because I was just wondering if part of it is them judging you for not having a hijab on, which is a stupid thing to do.
They do do that.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
That surprises me not at all.
Yeah, just like the one of the times when I was going in and I didn't have it, I literally got stopped and was like, you need to put on your hijab. Don't
Do
be
I
need
disrespectful. I should wear it all the time and I don't for obvious reasons, but maybe when I move, inshallah, like I will. But for the time being, it's just not within my, like, a possible
So none of the realm of
situation.
possibilities.
Yeah, you know, I was having trouble there. That's why when you see me stirring the pot, that's me thinking.
I think we should get rid of the video and burn the phone and throw it in a lake. Better yet, we got a river right there.
You can develop the video into a tape and then tear that tape apart and then throw it in the river and then maybe sprinkle a little fire on it.
How does one sprinkle fire?
With some gas.
She's not to spare entirely too much. I'm concerned now.
You started it, so
Did I though?
yes, you did.
You're just blaming me because I'm a white man.
No. Blame the white man. It's the white man's fault.
Yeah, white men. Get it together.
Okay, well, I guess this is the end of this video. If you like it, if you want to touch up any of our discussion, just leave a comment below. Make sure you go onto their channel and check out their page, subscribe, hit like, and I'll see you all in the next video. Salam alaikum, you guys.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.